so extremely smooth. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm not really capable of putting this into words, but it feels so perfectly done by Kawasaki. Alright guys, how you doing? Today it's Supersport time. We have the Kawasaki ZX6R. A true Supersport, a true Supersport. 636cc, inline 4, Akrapovic. This is going to be a wild ride. Alright, I'm a bit scared in a way that the sitting position is really not made for a big guy like me. You know, I'm 2 meters tall, and this definitely is not made for someone who is 2 meters tall. So let's find out what will happen today. Like I said, it's a true Supersport. It's competing in the World Supersport Championship as well for decades now. It's an old timer actually. That ZX6R is competing for a long period of time already. It has plenty of power and truly made for track. Oh, that inline 4 is so seamlessly. Oh, it works so. You have no. I'm lost in words. Sorry. I have to say, an inline 4, it's so smooth compared to the two cylinders, especially the parallel twins. They're a bit shaky, you know, and nervous, and this is so smooth. And yeah, for now, 2 minutes in, it's not scary at all. We're not riding in a group right now, but I'm following the rest. I have 2 others in front of me, and I'm just going to follow them. I don't know where I am. We're in Zwolle right now. I'm not living over here. This is not the place where I live, so let's find out. So yeah, the sitting position is I'm a bit worried about, especially when I have to brake. Going fast and I need to brake quite hard. This can be a bit challenging because it will throw you into the front. Okay, this machine is so extremely smooth. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The torque and the power, it's really linear as well. No surprises there. It's so smooth. I'm not really capable of putting this into words, but this is. It feels so perfectly done by Kawasaki. So it's only the sitting position it's a bit scary right now. Next to that, power-wise, torque-wise, it's all good. It's all fine. You know, I don't have a lot of experience, only 1 year, but this doesn't scare me yet. Of course, it can go up to 18,000 RPM. That's ridiculous, man. 18,000, guys, come on. Oh, if you put it in 2 and you go 80 kilometers an hour and the revs are going up, I'm only at 7,000 now, and it feels a bit like what is happening downstairs below my butt, because there's a lot of power that can come out. If I would test it, I can easily ride now in first gear, but it's a bit too much for me now. I'm riding in 4th and that's fine. Maybe later on. Okay, let's go to 3. Oh, like I said, easily. I could easily go to first gear right now, easily. And just, yeah, go to 100 plus kilometers an hour in the first gear easily, but it doesn't feel too comfortable for me right now at this stage. No. I'm planning to have a let's wait a sec. I'm planning on having a second test for this bike later on this summer, so I can test it a bit further. Oh, that's 500 horsepower actually, that truck. That truck next to me is trying to act tough with his 500 horsepower. Don't be silly, man. It's a truck. Look at him. He's trying to act tough. You're so dumb. You don't know how silly you look right now. Come on. Put it in neutral so I can get some rest. Yeah, I noticed that sometimes if the bike is really challenging, I'm lost in words, so sorry for that, guys. Sometimes the adrenaline is taking over a bit and you're not really capable of giving a perfect review, but I'm trying the best I can. It's a challenging bike. It's a super sport. It's a super sport. So yeah, there's an Akrapovic underneath it, but of course with a DB killer, so not a lot of noise is coming out. I had a ZX-4R test last year, and that was really fun because it had an Akrapovic as well, but without that DB killer, and that sound was, wow, that was brutal. That was a brutal sound. That was only the ZX-4R. That has around, what is it? Not even 70 horsepower, I guess, and this one has 124. So that means it's 1 horsepower more than I had last week. Last week I was on the KTM Duke 990, 123 horsepower. So this is officially the most powerful bike, yeah, so far that I'm riding on. Yeah, there's a lot of power hidden. We're going to discover it later on. Like I said, we're not riding in a group. I'm just following others that are also testing their bike. Hopefully they don't mind that I'm following them. But yeah, we'll see. I need to come back within 45 minutes, so I cannot take a lot of risk of getting lost. And I've been here before on these roads, so. Yeah. Inline 4, inline 4. Check the name of this YouTube channel. I love the inline 4, man. It's a true definition of a racing motorcycle for me. Sitting position, it's throwing me up to the front of the bike every single time I brake. I think it will be different if you're not as tall as I am, but yeah, being 2 meters tall, this is quite challenging, sadly. Guys, I think you hate it or you love it, but I love it. love to test this bike with that Akrapovic no DB killer. That would be amazing, man. Truly amazing. That sound of an inline four screaming, especially if you hit it up 10,000 plus RPM. Oh, everyone will look at you. I don't like to be on the spotlight, but if you're riding this bike 10,000 RPM or up and people hear that sound, you'll be on the spotlight for sure. Challenging bike. Yeah, if you compare it to the Ducati Panigale, which is a super sport as well, they're competing in the same championship, this is way more challenging to handle this, especially because all the power is hidden. Yeah, a bit tricky. Therefore, fourth gear, it's fine. Yeah, I feel it in my hands. Like I said, the sitting position is really not made for tall people. So when you're 190 plus meters, you will feel it in your shoulders, in your hands, your wrist eventually. Main issue is braking. It's not comfortable when braking. That was only 9,000 RPM, guys. 9,000, and it can go up to 18,000. This is similar to the old V10 engines, Formula 1 20 years ago, making that amount of revs a minute. It's ridiculous. And for me, it's not possible to go that high up in the revs, sorry. Pushes you to the front, so powerful. Doesn't feel safe. You know, this thing in front of your belly, it should be, you know, more to the back. Oh, that braking. Braking is so challenging. Of course the brakes works fine, but they do work fine, but it's your weight is coming to the front and you have the feeling that you're going to be lifted off the bike when you hit the brakes too hard. So yeah. I'm thankful that I can follow these guys, because these guys in front, I think they have navigation, something similar on their bikes. So these are great roads to test this bike, but I would have been lost if I was in front, because I don't know anything up here. So thankful for that. I have another test coming up later on, the Z900 Kawasaki 2025 model. Hopefully I won't get lost during that test ride. Probably I will, so yeah, we'll see. My fingers are getting numb already. Well, yeah, stay tuned for the final verdict. I will give it later on, and we'll look at the comfort of the bike, of course the excitement. I'm not sure yet. One thing I know for sure, I didn't test it to the fullest. Therefore, really good that I have another test planned later on this summer, so I can test it a bit more, go more high up in the revs. I want to hit that 16, but I don't think it's possible for me at this stage. I feel it in my lower back now and my upper back. I didn't have this issue when I was riding the ZX4R. So this is definitely the way it's built, more for track. And then of course you're not sitting up, you're sitting this position, and then it should be a bit better, more comfortable. Hey, ja, ik moet jullie volgen, ik ken de weg niet. Vind je niet erg, toch? I just had to apologize for following them, but it was fine. They were like, what the fuck? We have a third rider amongst us. We were together, right? They thought they were together, but there was a third rider suddenly. So yeah, okay, but they're fine with it, no worries. that blipper is it's active, it's working, but not working 100%. You still feel it in your arms and your body when you're when you're changing gears. So the blipper it's working, but I will not say that it's working really properly, but it does the job. Okay, what is really important to tell you guys? I'm always scared, because I'm a beginner, that if I'm going to ride a bike that is more powerful than others than I had before, that I will be surprised by the power handle. You know, if you're going to use the throttle handle, that suddenly you have a whiskey throttle and you're unleashing all the power. That's not the case with this bike, so you don't have to worry about that. It's all really linear. All the massive power is high up the rev, so you don't have to worry about that. You will not be surprised. Therefore an inline 4 is really comfortable, you know. No surprises there, especially the first 30-35% of your gas handle. If you open it, no surprises. So you really have to make the decision yourself. Yes, I want to go faster, so I'm going to unleash the power, and then it's there. So if you decide to go faster and unleash the power, it's there. Otherwise, it's still hidden, and that's comfortable. Yeah, that's really really a pro of this bike. And if it's still a bit too much, just get it high up in the gears. You know, like now I'm just commuting, you know, 5th gear, 70 kilometers an hour. Feels like the ZX-4R right now. So just get it high up in the gears if you feel uncomfortable with the torque or the power. But you won't be scared. You won't be scared. Maybe on the 10R, you know, that's 200 plus horsepower. Maybe that's a bit too much, especially for a beginner. But this is fine. This is fine. Just test it out, and yeah, you don't have to worry about any surprises there. Ah, my back is hurting so much. Oh, I'm throwing to the... all that dust, all that dust. That's the downside of living in the Netherlands, right? Third gear, a lot of torque is unleashing at this stage. Only 6,000 RPM, third gear, and I should be riding first gear, 16,000 RPM. It's possible, it's made for that. It's made for that. Yeah, like I said, it's a SUPERSPORT. Racing bike, made for track. Ergonomics, you know, how it looks, how it feels. The behavior, everything is made for track. So therefore, because I'm going to give my final verdict, this is not made for street. No, if you like racing looking bikes, just go for the ZX4R. The power is, you know, it's low. It's around 68-70 horsepower, but you get a lot of fun out of it, especially because of the sound and the looks. But don't go for a 6R. It doesn't make sense at all. You can go for a Ninja 650, same looks, 2-cylinder, but meh, bit boring. So I would say ZX4R is the king right now for race bikes on the street, maybe also on track, not sure. But comfort wise, I have back pain, low back pain, also high in the shoulders, my wrists. No, it's not comfortable at all for being 2 meters tall. So, but the engine works really well, like I said, seamlessly. And next to that, it's so smooth. So, but still, when braking, it moves me to the front, which is a bit scary. So I have to go for yeah. I have to go for 4.5. Yeah, sorry, the comfort is too low for me, and that's not because of Kawasaki, how Kawasaki made it, but it's because I'm too tall. I'm just too tall for this bike. That's the only thing I can say. But excitement wise, there's your answer. There's a lot of excitement, and it's hidden, and if you find it, if you go search for it, you'll find it. So excitement, big up 8. Yeah, so comfort wise I give it a 4.5, excitement an 8. Braking. When I'm braking, I have to use my entire body to hold myself back in the sitting position. How does it work on track? If you go, you know, at the end of the straight, 270, maybe that's a top speed, 270, hitting the brakes full to the max. Not sure if I'm still sitting on this bike. I don't think so. Numb feeling, the numb feeling in your fingers is I just want to get off this bike. Yeah, it's been fun, but just want to have a coffee right now. Yeah, sit back and relax a bit more. So later on I will test the Kawasaki Z900. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, you will see it later on. Then I'm probably going to ride that 45 minutes by myself, being lost all the time. But I'm going to, you know, just commuting within the city, because it's a street bike. I don't want to test it in these surroundings. Just like you're going to work or going for groceries, I want to test that bike in that situation, you know? Oh, braking. I have to use all my strength to stay up in the sitting position of this bike. Not comfortable. This feels like a fitness workout. Okay guys, I'm done. Just hit it at 10,000 RPM. because it's shaky though at 10,000 RPM. So imagine what happens if you go to 80,000. Everything will shake. Okay, I hit the 10k. That's enough for today. Next time up, we'll go even further. Not this time. Yeah, cornering it feels really not light. It's really controlled, so you can easily hit the corners, but it doesn't feel light at all. No. I think the Panigale V2 is much lighter. That's how it feels though, so I'm not sure if it is. But it's comfortable, but it's nothing compared to the Panigale with that steering mechanism. That's optimized steering experience, the Panigale. And this is it's proper steering. Okay, where are we now? Quick shifter doesn't work seamlessly. So the engine works seamlessly, really smooth, but that quick shifter sometimes it's when you go from third to fourth, it really, yeah, it gives you a sort of setback. You're like, and you feel it in your body and you feel it in the revs. So not 100% sure if they did a really good job on the quick shifter though. Yeah, it does the job. It does the job. But last week I was on the KTM Duke 990 KTM. Wow, they surprised me with the quick shifter. So coming from the KTM and now Kawasaki, KTM has a much better quick shifter than Kawasaki does, or at least this than this ZX6R. Well, oh, you saw what happened? I just it puts me to the front every time I lose the gas handle a bit, you know, like now I'm 40% and then I go to 10%, it's like, whoop, puts me to the front. That's not what we want, guys. No. But then again, it's also a bit my fault, you know, I'm a beginner. I should work around this bike a bit better. It's not really forgiving for a beginner style. And again, it's green already. Normally I love it when it's green, all the lights, traffic lights are green, but I just want to rest a bit. I'm tired, man. Oh, this is a true fitness workout. Everything is hurting at this stage. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think of this bike. See you later on.